we human beings are get so caught up and intrigued by the visible world. Wouldn't you agree? What we see through our sensory impression, we get so involved, and then we get trapped and start going into the grips of distraction, because as individual we live in the physical realm, and we tend to believe that is the reality, that is the absolute truth. We lose contact with the true reality, where it's invisible. But though through meditation, and there are many different kinds of meditation, you can definitely self-realize. The path of enlightenment can happen in this lifetime. So what are the 5 key elements that you can go deeper in meditation? Number 1, concentration. That is the hardest part of meditation, because most people have very much of a jabbering mind. And if you don't have a certain sense of awareness and mindfulness, you get caught up into the linear thinking, and then you lose your concentration. And so that's the first requirement, to exercise and train your mind to a level where you can steady it. And eventually you can transcend that through the yogic tool. And so it's a practice, concentration. Even for an advanced practitioner, I can tell you in my own experience, oh my God, it took me so many years to calm and still that mind and go into a state of equanimity. That's why having some good yogic tool is very necessary also. And so it leads us to discipline. If you don't have discipline, self-discipline, you're never going to have able to sharpen your mind with this concentration. Like one focus, concentration. And I can tell you, you can do it. The path of enlightenment can happen in this lifetime, believe me. It's not that far away. It can happen to you in this lifetime. And so because through self-discipline, then you gain momentum. You start to become more focused, more concentrated, and then it leads to number 3 key element, devotion. If your heart, devotion is like the elixir of life. It's the juice of the spiritual path. If you don't have devotion in your heart, for whatever it is, it could be for this present moment. I know for some of you it might be hard, but in my tradition and in my well, not even in my tradition, it's just in my teaching, and all I can say in my own self-realization is, without devotion, I would not be where I am today, because devotion brings the sweetness of your own emotion. It's living a life of craziness where people cannot understand why you're happy, why you're so joyous. And then it becomes easy to be self-disciplined. It comes easy to sit down and develop a focused mind. You have devotion for the Divine Mother, or have devotion for the Absolute Truth. I have devotion for a certain deity, it doesn't matter, or for your teacher. It doesn't matter, because ultimately it's all the same. And when you realize that doesn't matter, because when one is connected and is self-realized, everyone else is there. And so without devotion it makes the spiritual path very difficult. It's dry. It's like a flower without water, without sunshine. If you don't have that, the flower will have a hard time blossoming. And through devotion, then surrender comes, a state of abandonment comes, and a state of faith and trust. And then When you are in that state, then the jabbering mind doesn't kick in. Because for one who does not have devotion, who is not in a state of abandonment, will always question, will always have doubt. And for that person, they will never self-realize, because they will always struggle on the path with obstacle, because the mind will get in the way. The mana, the lower part, will get in the way. It will be hard for them because they create this energy within themselves. And I'm so grateful that our Creator created devotion, because it's like drinking bliss, literally. And it leads to number 4, is the right diligence. The right diligence it simply means the right attitude, a diligent, the right effort, that you don't beat yourself up because, oh, you didn't sit down, you didn't go meditate, or you don't beat yourself up because you have a jabbering mind, or you do the right diligence with humbleness, and you surrender, and you trust, and you have faith. The right diligence is really trusting to your own divinity and allowing it to win. You see, not you ego. Ego, you push it, you quiet down, and allow through your own divinity, your own power, with the right diligence, to make the right effort. The right effort means is that you regularly sit down and meditate, you regularly practice. And the 5th one, which all combine, because they all are synchronized and they create a certain energy about you, is a deep longing. Do you know what is longing? Maybe some of you don't know. Maybe you have it and you don't know. Because some people don't know. I did not know I had a deep longing over 25 years ago. I found that out much later. So a deep longing is a thirst to know, to experience. But it manifests, and it's a thirst to merge with God, whatever we named it by, because there are millions of names we use. Allah, Brahma, Shiva, Krishna, Jesus Christ, the Divine Mother, the Absolute Truth. I mean, there are so many names. Ultimately, it's the same source. It's that deep, deep desire, is the ultimate desire, is the last desire that any soul and spirit could have, is to merge. And it's experienced in a form of rati. Rati comes from Sanskrit. Rati means longing. It's intense emotion. It's like you feel that love that it's exploding in your heart, and you don't understand why you behave in such a way. I this one behaved like really crazy, because my rati, before I could have the merging, I was like going crazy. I would have those crises, like, this is a long time ago, mourn and grieve and go, and I would go in deep, deep surrender and scream, and then after an hour I would go in full ecstasy and full bliss. And if anyone who did not understand, they would look, they would say, she's crazy, she's a crazy lady. But that is what deep longing does to you. That's what devotion does to you. When your hanahata open up, that's the bridge to right straight to the divine. When you start feeling divine love, and you start experiencing that, you start experiencing what is your true nature, and get intoxicated. So those are the 5 key elements of meditation. Please remember and reflect and meditate upon that in the coming weeks.